Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, press the like button. Yesterday I was feeling a bit down, I'm sorry about that. I was just feeling a bit down and depressed. I mean, when someone criticises you or points something out, sometimes it's hurtful and upsetting. I think for 53 my legs aren't that bad, to be honest. I think, I could have got a lot more veins on my legs than I have got now. I think they're nice and tanned, and I like my legs with the veins and what's ever on them as well. And if people don't like that, I can't help that. That's the way I am. Right, Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:20 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Friday the 29th of July.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
Currently, in Rochester it's 17 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather, with a high of 24 degrees and a low of 13 degrees.
So this morning, I was lying down in my bed and all I could hear was slight builder's noise. You can hear them like lifting poles up and just doing basic building work, no drilling. So that wasn't bad. So I had a decent night's sleep. I'm suffering from the menopause, which is what women get when they get older, and they go through the change, it's called as well, in the menopause. So at night it's getting unbearably hot for me to sleep. So that is what's affecting my sleep at the moment. I'm getting hot flushes, and sometimes they're quite frightening, and they take more than half an hour to go away. So I have to sit up and distract myself and calm myself down, and then go back to bed. So I felt tired. I went to bed late last night. I felt tired, so I got up around 8 o'clock, right? It's fairly quiet upstairs to start with. I fed my cats. I emptied their litter trays. I did what I usually do. I've made myself a cup of coffee here in my Prosecco cup. So I just do what you do in the morning. Made myself a cup of coffee, and I've actually got yesterday. Guys, I'm just a normal, average, run-of-the-mill human being. I got my crunchy nut cornflakes from the co-op yesterday afternoon. So I've got a bowl of breakfast here. Crunchy nut cornflakes, which I should be eating when I just finish doing my videos, you see. Crunchy nut cornflakes. When I went in the co-op yesterday afternoon, they didn't have any fresh milk, so they had no fresh milk and they had no bananas. So I got pasteurised milk, and I couldn't have my banana for breakfast, so I've got crunchy nut cornflakes and pasteurised milk. Later on in the day, the co-op truck came and probably restocked the shelves, but that was just my bad luck. I went in the co-op at the wrong time. So yeah, as I said yesterday, me and my son walked round Rochester High Street. We went into Subway together. There was a long queue. I had a roast chicken Subway with spinach, sweet corn and cucumber. We sat down in Subway and it was full. The poor assistants serving, there was only two of them. They were two lovely Asian people, male and female, and they were struggling to get through the large queue. The same in the post office in Chatham High Street, which is also a chemist. Sorry, Rochester High Street. It's a chemist as well as a post office. And they was all saying it's unusual to have a queue this long, and it was. And I was watching out the poor person behind the desk count out euros for £600. this morning. I said I got up at 8 o'clock and it was fairly quiet. Made my coffee, made my crunchy nut cornflakes, went into the bathroom to do my hair, and one of the kids upstairs started making a racket. I presume it's the big one. Started making a racket. Then the dog started going off, and I've been pretty quiet in my flat for the past 3 days. I don't want to act like an old man banging the ceiling, so I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring them, I'm ignoring it. I live by myself, they live upstairs, and that's the end of it. Something did float down from upstairs onto my balcony, and I don't think that it was very important. It was something from last year, floated down on my balcony. I'm not going up there to give it back. I'm either going to put it in their post box, or if it's that important, they come and get it themselves. It's just a piece of paper, to be honest, from last year. It fell on my balcony last night. So there's nothing on it. It's just like kids drawing. So basically, I went into the charity shops and I said they were more expensive than they usually are. What was usually £2 was £6. The dresses weren't my size, even though I'm not that large now. I couldn't find anything to fit me at all. The second-hand shoes were overpriced. Second-hand trainers for £10 just because they've got a name on them, but they were worn out and used. It doesn't justify spending that amount of money on used goods, to be honest. People would give more to charity if the items were cheaper. They'd sell more stock. By putting prices up high, people won't buy it. It will just be left there, because most people that give to charity are the everyday person that walks down the street, that walk in on the off chance they get something for their home or something, and if it's overpriced, it's not going to get sold. So it stays there. So if you lower the prices, more of the stock will go. But people don't, they're just greedy. Greed. I just wanted to show you one of the things I got from the charity shop. Because I had some change on me when my mum obviously paid for the taxi. She gives me a few extra pieces of money. So I got this Live Aid box set. Who remembers Live Aid, July the 13th, 1985? Well, I was sat watching that on my television in 1985. My friend actually went to go and see this, and my family were poor, and there's no way that I could go to Wembley Stadium in London to see Live Aid. And some of the people that were playing at Live Aid were Adamant, Boomtown Rats, David Bowie, Phil Collins, Elvis Costello, Dire Straits, Brian Ferry, Elton John, Howard Jones, Nick Kershaw, Alison Moyet, Queen, Sade, Spandau Ballet, Status Quo, Style Council, Sting, U2, Ultravox, Paul Young, Wham and The Who. It was also held at the JFK Stadium in Philadelphia with Bryan Adams, The Cars, Eric Clapton, Duran Duran, Boy George, Hall & Oates, Mick Jagger, Billy Joel, Waylon Jennings, Judas Priest, Chris Christopherson, Huey Lewis in the News, Robert Plant, Power Station, Pretenders, Santana, Paul Simon, Simple Minds, Tears for Fears, Temptations, Thompson Twins, Neil Young and Stevie Wonder. So this box set is all in pristine condition. It looks like it's never been used. It's probably surplus stock that was never sold. So you've got 4 discs. else I wanted, it's a 4 DVD set, because DVDs are on the way out, I suppose. But I've still got a DVD player. What I wanted to show you was the picture of Princess Diana in there with Prince Charles. Another thing I collect is things on Princess Diana, so it was nice to see a picture of Princess Diana and Prince Charles. Looks like at the Live Aid concert. There you are. So I got that. I got a few more couple of DVDs that I watched. And yesterday, before I went out to walk the dog, I watched ICU.com. Before YouTube, before MySpace, before Jackass, there was ICU.com and the Bellingers. Meet Harvey, the man with the perfect life, high-paying job, former sex symbol wife, 2.5 million home, beautiful 18-year-old daughter and stepson Colby. All is good for this modern-day Brady Bunch until Harvey loses his job and his wife loses their nest egg on the stock market. As the Bellingers' finances crash and burn, enterprising stepson Colby secretly plants a webcam in his sister's room and webcasts her most private moments over the internet to make some money. So you can spy on people with cameras. So that's not being paranoid, is it? Thinking that your flat could be bugged and people are listening and watching you. It's not. It is possible. It's not paranoid to think that. Because when those kids upstairs used to really, really hit the ceiling terribly, and other neighbours did hear it but never said anything. Those next door heard it. Right? I used to bang the ceiling with a stick, shout and scream, and on one occasion it was so bad I shouted out I'd call the police. The next day, when I put on the TV, a similar thing was happening in a TV situation where they said, I'm going to call the police. So you start to think, you know, so now I'm just being totally quiet, whatever they do. So there's no reaction, there's no entertainment, and no one can accuse me of being mad. Right guys, I'm going to do what I usually do, is spend all the time in my flat by myself. My son came in briefly to use the shower. When I had boyfriends back at Lansdowne Court, they did more than use the bathroom, but they were boyfriends. I haven't had one male friend in this flat, okay? So nobody's watched any intimacy in this flat because there hasn't been any. And it's sad and it's true that I have to live like this because my privacy is being invaded. Right.
I don't know that one.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Why did the banker quit his job? He lost interest.
Well, I could have my cup of coffee and my crunchy nut cornflakes. See you later.